909, welcome back. Big 550 KTRS. We'll talk a little Larry Connors in a bit. But we have to tell you about a book signing tomorrow at Lola Van Ella on Cherokee Street. Elizabeth Bunny Herring joined the circus in the 1940s. She joined Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus back in the 70s. She met the love of her life at a saloon in Wyoming. She was married to him for more than 50 years. She is now, among other things, teaching ballet at the Juvenile Detention Center in St. Louis and regularly trains at the gym preparing for her next trapeze act. Ladies and gentlemen, Elizabeth Bunny Herring, welcome to the Big 550 KTRS at STLtoday.com.
Thank you so much for having me here.
You still fly on the trapeze?
Oh, well, it's not flying. It's a single trapeze act.
Oh, it's a single trapeze act.
Yes.
So you only perform solo then?
Yes. It's where you hang from your knees and your ankles and do different positions on the trapeze. But it's not flying trapeze.
It's not a flying trapeze.
No.
Okay, well, thank you for the clarification. I appreciate that. Now, your book signing tomorrow is at Lola Van Ella, who you say has single-handedly brought back burlesque to St. Louis.
Yes, indeed she has. She has a 3-day burlesque festival going on.
Yes.
And in the latest New Yorker, there's an article by Joan Acasello, a very great writer,
Yes.
who talks about the revival of burlesque in this country. And actually, Lola is responsible for it in our city. She not only performs, she's an elegant, lovely lady, but she also teaches. She has a studio where she teaches, and she's an entrepreneur who plans all these big festivals, and she was a third runner-up in the New Orleans burlesque contest.
All right. The book is called Still Swinging in Wonderland. Elizabeth Bunny Herring, our guest. For those who don't quite understand, explain burlesque.
Burlesque?
Yeah.
Well, burlesque and vaudeville are somewhat similar. I think vaudeville is more a troupe that travels, where burlesque is more stationary. But
Burlesque is kind of a risque dance, right?
Yeah, well, classically a burlesque show has, like vaudeville, different acts, clowns and jugglers, and as well as strippers or exotic dancers.
But they don't take their clothes off, or do they?
Yes, they do.
Really?
They take off.
I always thought they sort of kept their clothes on, no?
G-string and pasties.
Aha! Nothing like Bunny talking about G-string and pasties here on the Big 550 KTRS. All right. Bunny, this is a family show now. Come on. Take me back to the 40s when you decided to run away with the circus.
Okay. I guess, number one, my parents always had loads of books. I grew up in Ladue. They had wonderful books. And I always read a lot, and I imagined that I'd like to be in another world besides the Ladue world, which seemed boring. And so
okay, sure.
And so after school, I went to ballet school instead of college. And while I was in my second year at the School of American Ballet, attractive lady came and said she was auditioning girls to be dancers in Ringling Brothers Circus. And my roommate and I, she was from Ohio, we were so enchanted. We didn't know you could join the circus except be in a family or something. I'd never realized that. And so we went to the auditions, and it was crowded with gorgeous New York chorus girls who were blonder than this, and all made up. And we were very plain with brown hair and sneakers and jeans. And we were very intimidated. The next day we fixed ourselves all up and put on high heels and everything. And she said, the auditioner said, I liked you the way you were. You were like simple farm girls.
Yeah.
She said, these chorus girls will leave after the show gets to New York. They'll leave. And we want girls who'll stay on the road. So anyway, we signed contracts. We were accepted. My family was very, very upset.
I could imagine. A nice Ledoux family's daughter runs away with the circus.
Well, they had no idea what circus people were like.
Well, you can only imagine. Let me ask you this question, Bunny. Are circus people like we imagine, or are they different?
No, circus people, especially the big acts, are mostly European people. They're families who have been traditional.
Right.
Generations. They're cultured. They have very high morals. They're very protective of their families.
Okay.
Inclined to have them marry into other circus families. But the only bad influences in the circus when I was there were the other ballet girls.
Those ballet girls. They were always trouble, those ballet
who came
girls.
From all different places. My best friend was from the Florida swamps, a trailer court there.
Right.
And she was wonderful. I loved all those girls. And I didn't want them to find out about my background.
Wait, you did not? You were hiding the fact that you came from upper middle class Ledoux.
Yes.
Okay, heaven forbid that would ruin your cred in the circus.
Absolutely. But as soon as we got to New York, some smart
somebody outed
reporters had found out something, and they came and all started interviewing. But all those girls that I liked so much didn't care. They said, we like you anyway.
We like you even though you come from an upper middle class background. We will not hold that against you.
Right.
Elizabeth Bunny Herring has her book, her story, her life story, still swinging in Wonderland. Bunny, you live here in St. Louis.
Yeah, in Conway Road and High Down.
Yeah, don't tell me where you live, or you'll have men lining up around the block around your house. So
where?
Don't give your address on the air. You'll have men lined up around the block.
I'm a little old for that.
Yeah, all right. Talk to you. You teach ballet at the Juvenile Detention Center.
Yes.
Tell me about that.
Well, that's very challenging and fulfilling in a way. Rachel Tebbets, who is the activities director for Prison Performing Arts, who I used to work for in the men's prison in Bowling Green.
Right.
Shakespeare.
Okay.
Rachel and I talked about it. We thought that the girls in particular most of them had difficult lives, probably been abused.
Sure.
They have a strange or sort of warped impression of themselves and their bodies.
Right.
And we thought teaching ballet would teach them some poise, grace. I introduced them to French words and tell them the history of ballet, sort of widen their perspectives on the world. And above all, I teach them to hold themselves proudly and move gracefully and know that they are unique and can do anything they want.
And how has that message been accepted?
Well, some of them are completely bored by the whole thing.
Right. I bet you some get it, though. I bet you reach some of them.
Well, I think so. And like Rachel and I, we feel it's like taking arts to the prisons. Just the very fact that you spend your time and go to be with those people shows that you care about them.
Right. Yeah. It doesn't matter what you teach, the fact that you're there.
They mean something.
Right. Yeah. That you care.
That's the big thing.
Yeah. Bunny, it sounds like you've had an incredible life.
Yeah. Most outstanding thing in my book or history is I once had a date with Marlon Brando.
Were you wearing pasties and a G-string that night?
That's my claim to fame.
Are you going to dish about Marlon Brando?
I know.
No, you're not going to dish? You're going to save it for the book?
Save it.
Save it for the book. Elizabeth Bunny Herring. The book is called Still Swinging in Wonderland. Bookstores everywhere. Amazon.com. And then Lola Van Ella Studios tomorrow starting at noon for a book signing on Cherokee. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Elizabeth Bunny Herring. Last question for you, Bunny. Would you do it again?
Oh, very, very definitely.
You do it again?
Yes, I would.
No regrets?
It was very fulfilling and wonderful.
You got it.
It was like a dream being in the circus.
Here's a woman who did it, who'd do it again, and who has and who's lived to tell about it.
Yes.
Bunny, thanks for coming in. Good luck with the book.
Thank you so much.
You got it. 9:20 here on the Big 550 KTRF.